But no, I found like a yacht in San Francisco Harbor. It's like,
a yacht.
A yacht. And then it's like, yo, it sleeps 5. No, it sleeps 10, but it has 5 beds. And I was like, I don't think we're on the same page here. It sleeps 10, but it's got 5 beds.
I mean, that's good math. That's quick math right
That's
there.
assuming that we're all traveling with somebody that we're willing to share a bed with them.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's probably like a couple boat right there.
Yeah. Yo, sleeping with 5 couples on the boat's wild.
Imagine if they had kids.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I'm so glad that my family's past the age of, like, sharing beds in, like, hotels. Did you ever have to do that?
I'm an only child.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No.
What do you mean, yeah, that's right? You know this.
I know, I just
Don't
didn't
act
even...
surprised.
No, I just didn't even think about it. I just wasn't even, like... Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, we never really did anything when I was a kid, so it doesn't really matter.
No, my parents, like, whenever we had to go somewhere, it'd be like, yeah, we only need 2 beds. And it's like...
There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's 5, yeah.
Yeah, me and my 2 brothers and then my mom and dad. So, like, it was kind of crazy to just, like, have everybody. But, like, I don't know. It was one of those things where, like, we got used to it. And so, even now, like, it is kind of funny, though. My dad tried. He was like, yo, yeah, we only need 5 beds. Well, we only need 2 beds. And I was like, okay, listen, hold on.
I need 1 for my leg.
Listen, yeah. Listen, first of all, we're all over 6 feet and we're all over 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, no, lock this up right now. And Valor's got his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing a bed with Legend.
Nope.
Like, nah, get out of
Nope.
here. Like, shout to Legend for being a cool guy, but relax.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
But, yeah, all that to say. Oh, no, this van, yeah. So I was thinking about building a van and, like, just living in it for, like, a summer. Just driving around cool places. I have no idea how much that would cost. But I feel like it'd be dope. Just take a summer, like...
It's doable.
For sure, it's doable. But what I want to do is drive from here to Vancouver and back.
Fuck yeah. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. I would do that.
My dream trip that I want to do before I die, and by that I mean before I turn 30, I want to go from... Well, I got a couple, like, smaller ones I want to do. I want to drive from here to Miami and then fly out to Cuba for, like, 2 weeks. Because, like I want to get there before, like, they close the border again for the next 60 years and I can't hang out in Cuba.
That's true, yeah.
You know?
I want to do that.
So I want to do that, and I want to...
I've always wanted to go to fucking Cuba.
Yeah, it seems dope. It seems super chill.
I've been to Puerto Rico. I mean, I don't know how similar they are, but Puerto Rico is really cool, too.
Yeah, like, I feel like at a certain point, it's still an island with great food.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The food was insane.
Like, we already know there's cultural differences, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, from Hawaii to, like, New Zealand. I know there's cultural differences, but at the end of the day, you're still a beach with amazing food.
Yep.
So, like, I'm cool with that. But, we talked about Vegas yesterday, going up to Vegas for, like, the International Fight Week and NBA Summer League. Mm-hmm. That'd be nuts. Because especially since Summer League tickets are, like, dumb cheap.
That'd be fun, too.
They're, like, $110.
Dude, I'm just trying to go to freaking New York, bro. Oh, my God.
I haven't been to New York in years, man.
I need to go back. I haven't been... Excuse me. I haven't been since 2018.
Sounds like mad long ago.
It is mad long. I used to go like every year.
2020's been a nuts-ass year, and it's like
2020's been
April.
Stupid.
Yeah, it sucks.
This year has sucked so much dick. And you know what they're saying about the wintertime?
No.
They're saying that it might come back in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
So we're fucked.
Yo, fall's going to be lit, though. We live in Arizona, so fall's already like 60, 70 degrees. It's not like it's going to be like 30 degrees and windy.
Yeah. It should be all right.
Yeah, we'll be fine. But
I hope so. I mean, fuck, it might be COVID-20 by then.
Yo, if they have COVID coming out like mad, and we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Or you just do what I do.
I can't do this. Dude, honestly, I would just live until I catch it and die, honestly, because I can't live like this, bro. I'm losing it. Like, I'm straight losing it.
Well, that's why we're doing this podcast, is because I feel like we're going in opposite directions of crazy, though. Like, you're like, yo, I can't be inside too much longer. And I'm like, yo, know what, man? I might never go outside again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we're going in opposite directions, but, like, it's still the same crazy, just opposite directions. But now the last trip, like, the trip I want to go on, before I die, I'm going to make this happen. I've already priced it out, and it's not that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all things considered, it's not that expensive.
Okay.
I priced it out for, like, $15,000. You can do this trip. Right? And that sounds nuts. I want to fly out from New York, go to Marrakesh, Morocco. From Marrakesh, go up to Casablanca, go up through Marseille, France, through, I think it's Milan, Italy, down to Athens, to Istanbul, and Cairo.
Hell yeah.
I've done the math. If you stay in each place for 3 days and use public transportation, not public transportation, but like trains and shit like that, it's $15,000. Almost all that money is for the flight from Morocco to here. That's like $3,000 both. That's $3,000 one way.
It's $3,000 to go to Morocco.
Something like that, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
It's Morocco, bro. Like, it's not like because like
to go to Albania, it's like $1,200.
Yeah, at least that's still in Europe.
Yeah, but still, fuck.
Plus, I feel like people are scared of Morocco.
Why?
Like, not only are they Muslim there, but they're also black. Like, I feel like people are terrified.
From Muslims, huh?
Nothing.
Okay, good.
You of all people know that. Like, with me,
I know,
like,
fuck, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
So yeah, no.
It's a joke.
I'm sorry.
Relax.
But no, like, I feel like people are scared of like Morocco and Libya, because I thought about going through Libya too, like going to Tripoli, but like every time I see Morocco, I'm like, yo, that place looks amazing and the food looks incredible.
Just go, dude. You might blend in. You look like
you look
like assalamu alaikum right now.
Hey, alaikum salam. My grandmother had one of those hats, like the white knit hats.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is back like before I grew my hair out, and I put it on, and she's like, "Man, you look like somebody who calls himself brother and says assalamu alaikum."
Yeah,
that's the funniest shit, bro.
Yeah,
because she was on the money.
Saying that shit.
Yeah, she was on the money.
What's up, brother?
But no, I want to do this trip, man. I want to go like through the Middle East, but like through Southern Europe.
That'd be nice.
Because, like, it's not that I don't care about Switzerland, but, like...
I don't care about Switzerland.
Milan and Rome seem way doper than Switzerland.
Yeah. Well, that was that's kind of what I wanted to do this year was go to Italy and travel for, like, a week. Because I have family out there, but, like, I want to go with one of my cousins who's basically, like, my brother.
Yeah.
And just... travel all through Italy and see everything.
I was in Northern Europe a couple years ago. I was up in Sweden, and it was super dope. And I think the craziest thing, I was walking around, and I wasn't really dressed too crazy. Wasn't dressed too American because they were like, "Yo, wear conservative colors," like this and third. So I was wearing like I don't think I was wearing a hat at the time. And I was hanging out, walking around, and out of nowhere, I hear, "Yo!" I'm in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck said yo? And I'm walking through like in Stockholm, which is a dope ass city. And I hear, yo, you look like a hip hop fan. First thing I think is like, all right, some dude's trying to sell me a mixtape.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, and I turn over and I'm like kind of thinking to myself, that's mad racist, but it's also mad correct. Mm-hmm. So like I look over, and there's this dude with like kind of shaggyish hair and like you know, and a cap on. And I'm like, what you got, man? And I'm expecting this dude to try somebody's mixing. He's like, yo, come in this store right here. Walk in this store. This entire wall is graffiti.
Hell yeah.
And they're bumping like, I think it was Mobb Deep.
Of course.
So like, when you say, hey, you look like you like hip hop, and I walk into your store and you're playing Mobb Deep, oh, okay, no, we're dealing with something else here. So... I'm like, oh, cool. All right. Start talking to this dude, hit it off with him. Super cool Swedish dude. Yeah. His name on Instagram is Ulik Balzac.
Of course it is.
He's like, yeah, I got slapped by a girl for telling my Instagram handle once, but it was worth it. I was like,
Ulik Balzac. Of course.
Nah, he's a cool dude though, man. Like he's definitely one of those people that like you ever meet somebody like once and you're like and they're like, yo, next time you come out here and you're like, yeah, dude. Next time I'm in Stockholm, and then
Yeah.
like he's one of those dudes that I'm actually like if I'm ever in Stockholm again, I'm gonna be like, yo,
What's good?
what's happening, man?
Yeah.
Like he's just one of those
How's
people.
his accent?
I'm not doing his accent because I'm terrible at accents. But no, he had a Swedish accent, but like it was kind of funny because you ever talk to someone who you can tell listens to hip hop?
Yeah.
It was like that. It was like he just says things a certain way.
Like dope.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it was super cool, man. So like I found about one club out there because like I was there with family, and so like I wanted to go and just be like, yo, I heard it's nuts in Stockholm. Let's go see. My 19 and 20-year-old brother at the time couldn't really go, and like I'm not clubbing with my parents like that.
That's pretty fun though.
It is because I took my mom to Earth Gang. Oh, my mom and my dad. I took my parents to Earth Gang, and we saw Earth Gang a little bit ago. But like, what's the end game of like, yo, like what am I gonna say? Yo, mom, I won't be in the hotels today because I'm going with this chick right here. Like, no, you can't. Or, hey, mom, can I take like you know what I mean?
Who said
like,
you can't?
bro? I don't know. That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question.
Your parents are cool. I think they would
They
understand. They're like, oh, okay, have fun.
My mom would
Wear a
say
condom.
Yeah, my mom would say something about don't get kidnapped. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm good. Like,
I'll just dead weight them. Like they can't lift
facts.
a 250-pound man.
Facts. But no. So I was at this one. I was at this one store, and I was like, yo, like, what do you guys be doing? Like, what do you guys be chilling with? And she goes, okay, there's a club called Sunday School. I was like, what? She goes, there's an abandoned church that we turn into a club every like the first Sunday of the month. It's called Sunday School. It's like that's the illest fucking shit I've ever heard.
I just see a bunch of ecstasy pills. I don't know why.
When I hear people talk about stuff like that, where it's like, yo, we found it in abandoned, I just think of that first scene in Blade.
Yeah, yes. Exactly.
like, like, yo, I'm not sure if I got enough leather for this party, man. Like,
I forgot my fucking fangs.
I was just watching a Preacher, and one of the characters is a vampire. Preacher's nuts because, like, one of the dudes is an actual preacher who has the power of the child of an angel and a demon to command people to do whatever he wants them to do. And his best friend's a vampire.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was a comic, now it's a show. And it's funny because the vampire, he's like, I just want to be around my own people. And they're in New Orleans, and this girl that he's talking to is like, oh, I know exactly what you mean. I have people like that. And like the show goes on, and they're like they hit it off at a bar, and he's like about to sleep with her, and then she goes, oh, hold on, and she puts her fangs in. And I'm like, that's the funniest fucking shit.
Wow.
Ever. Like, because like, you know that there's somebody out there doing something like that. Yeah. It's like, hang on. But the fact that you're like, hold on, let me, like, the fact that somebody said, hold on, and like just had them like ready to go, like had fangs ready to go is hilarious to me. But no, like, Stockholm's definitely got a place we gotta go back to in the summer though.
Okay.
Where it's like 20 hours of sun. It's not as crazy as you think. It's basically here, to be honest.
I don't really care.
Because everybody's like, man, how do you even sleep with the sun? First of all, I don't know what those curtains are made of. I think they're made of iron because you can't see shit.
Yeah.
You can't see shit, man. It's like you might as well just put a door over your window.
Well, no, that's how it is at any hotel. Like, you put those blinds up, you cannot see nothing. You know how you sleep with those kind of blinds? Oh my god. I sleep like a monster.
Yeah, you wake up, you're like, yo, am I in heaven?
Yeah. You wake up, it's like it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You're like, what the fuck happened? I fell asleep at like 6 last night.
Well, the crazy thing about the sun is like the jet lag doesn't hit you.
Oh, okay. That's true.
Because it's sunny all day.
Yeah.
It's like, we walked into a restaurant, and I was wondering why they were so pissed at us for ordering and eating food. And then I looked down at my phone, and it was 10:30 at night.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, no, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, I can see that. But no, Stockholm's super dope. I would love to go back up to Stockholm. Like, during the summer, I was wearing a hoodie. Like, just like a decent weighted hoodie. Like, nothing heavy.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just like a hoodie and jeans. I was walking around. I think I had a t-shirt most of the time, actually. Yo, shout out to the dude in Stockholm who makes, what's it called? Hell Dog. So I see this guy, right? And I went and I got, first of all, everywhere sells fish in Sweden. It's amazing. It's so good. So I got this fish, and there was like some other stuff with it, lingonberries and stuff like that. My dad's Swedish. That's of Swedish
descent. Did you say dingleberries?
No, lingonberries. No, not dingleberries. Fucking weirdo. No, so my dad's Swedish, so like we used to eat Swedish meatballs and Swedish pancakes and stuff like that because my dad's grandparents.
What's the difference between a Swedish pancake and a regular pancake?
One's a crepe and one's a pancake. Swedish pancakes and crepes are like cousins.
Oh, so it's just a crepe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
They're delicious though.
Respect.
But no, you can get them at IKEA, bro. Yo, IKEA's got fire food.
I've never IKEA.
High Key's got fire food.
High key?
Yeah, high key, bro.
It's not low at all?
No, not at all. So, no, so I knew, like, what lingonberries and shit were. Like, I knew all this stuff. And, there's this guy drunk off his ass at, like, 9 a.m. And he's like, yo, who wants to eat my hot dog? And I was like, the fuck? And I looked away, and he's standing in a hot dog cart. I'm like, okay. And so I see world's spiciest. And I was like, yo, Sweden is not known for their spices. So I walk up. He's like, hey man, you want to try this? I was like, yeah. He's like, how hot? He's like, how hot do you want it? I'm like, yo, I won't do your challenge because I've seen food challenges go super bad. What I will do though, give me one of your hottest sausages and 2 cups of ice cream. Because it hit me like how hot it would be. Because all he didn't sell drinks. He just sold hot dogs and ice cream.
Smart.
Yeah. And so I was like, yo, I want to split it with my family. Okay. So he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yo, I'm American. How hot can you make it? Dumbass American.
Yeah.
I hate getting in my dumbass American bag. I was in my American arrogant bag. So he's like, oh, okay. You ever seen somebody who's like drunk or high or something and then they get like immediately sober and they're like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit, I made a mistake. He's like, give me 1 second. I thought he was just going to give me my food and I was going to be good. Pulls out a waiver. Yo, my man pulled out a waiver. I sign it. I'm like, cool, no big deal. I give it to him. And I had the video on my phone still. And it's like 3 years old. And so it's me, my dad, Legend, Valor, and my brother and Valor's girlfriend. And my brother's girlfriend, especially at the time, is very like she knows my brother is one of those people who's like, fuck it, and he'll do it.
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, Valor, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think you should do this. And my brother's like, I'm not a pussy. Which, first of all, that's a hilarious thing to say to your girlfriend over food. Mm. Second of all, like, I knew I had him. I was like, yo, Valor, this is the hottest hot dog. I want to try that. I'm like, you a bitch. He's like, I'm no pussy. And like, immediately he got it. So I still have the video, bro. It was like a bratwurst, like that kind of sausage. And we cut it into like 5ths or 6ths or whatever. My brother, he lifted it up to his lips, smelled it, was like, I'm good. My dad, he was like, okay. And my other brother was like, cool, got this. And my mom's just watching, and my brother's girlfriend's just watching. So my dad just tried to like nibble at it and eat it bit by bit. And I just eat the whole thing. Because I'm like, shit, fuck it. I'd rather get punched in the face one hard time than get jabbed 100 times.
Yep.
So I was like, fuck it, we're good. Immediately, I'm coughing. And like, I'm coughing it back up. Like, I'm trying to hold it down. Because I chewed it. And I was like, this isn't so bad. And right when I thought bad, bro, I was done. My eyes turned bright red. And then just like, it was like, it wasn't even like it was crying. It was like if somebody was like, whoop, and just like dumped a bucket of water on my eyes. And I'm dying, bro. Like, have you ever eaten something so hot you feel it go down? Mm-hmm. It was like that. And like, this was different than like, I'm used to stuff like Asian spicy. Like, I'm used to like Thai curry. I'm used to like spicy kimchi. I'm used to stuff that's like spicy in that Asian style.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at most hot sauces, especially like Louisiana's like bare minimum hot sauce to me.
Okay.
Like Louisiana sauce is like bare minimum. Like, no, that's what you start with. So I'm usually pretty decent at hot sauce. We used to put sriracha on everything, like back in Hawaii, like before people really knew what it was. And this stuff beat my ass. So I'm sitting there, I'm dying, bro. and I'm coughing. My eyes are watering. My nose is snotting to the point where it's like if you didn't know what was going on, you would have thought I was like having the worst allergy attack. So I'm like wiping my face, wiping my nose, and like I feel how hot it is on my hands. I didn't even use my hands. I used a fork, and I feel how hot it is on my hands, and I'm dying. And I got like two things of ice cream, like 2 cups of ice cream for everybody to split. I knocked out both of them. It was so hot. It was so fucking hot. And this courtyard was like down the street from my hotel. And so like the whole night I'm awake. I can't sleep worth shit. I'm just like dying. And like I felt bad because we all had separate beds, but we shared a room.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have suites because the rooms there are a little bit different. So we all had different beds, shared a room. I was just in the bathroom the whole night. I didn't sleep at all. Next day, got the fish and everything like normal. I went over to him because it was like a block away from our hotel. I went over to the guy. I was like, what the fuck was in that? And he's like, it kicked your ass, huh? Showed him the video. And he's laughing his ass off. It's like 8:30 in the morning. This dude's like 4 beers deep.
Of course.
And he's like, dude, I have ghost pepper, habanero pepper, Carolina Reaper, jalapeno, and I make it into a sauce that I put over the hot dogs. Or no, and I bake it into the hot dog.
Oh, Jesus.
Whatever I have left over, I stew, and I put that over the hot dog.
Dude, I feel how spicy it is just you explaining it.
It was something else too. It was the Carolina Reaper, habanero, ghost pepper, all that shit. And it was like another pepper that I can't remember. Yeah. It was like one of those like this is the world's hottest pepper. It was one of those. That thing beat my ass. Mm-hmm. That thing like it hurt to eat for a couple days, and like I went from eating like I was like, yo, I can eat this, whatever, to like, hey man, this doesn't have like any pepper or anything in it, does it? Like, it beat my ass because like I would eat something that like wasn't even spicy. Like they had like one of the luncheon. It was another thing for my dad's business school, and there was like a luncheon where they had like like just spices on food. And I remember I had one. I leaned over to my mom, and I'm notorious in my house for like over seasoning my food because I like it spicy and hot. And I was like, hey, Mom, I can't eat this. And she's like, what are you talking about? You love when food is like has like too much spice. I'm like, Mom, that hot dog is still kicking my ass. And she's like, it's been like 2 days. I'm like, Mom.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I ate like only yogurt and fruit for like 2 days.
Damn, dude.
Bro. It was
wild.
nuts.
That's wild.
It was absolutely insane. But yeah, shout out to Hell Dog. Shout out to the city of Stockholm. Like, I know that we had to pretend like we hated it when A$AP Rocky got arrested, but like, it's a dope city, man.
I gotta go.
Yeah. Stockholm is like, I would definitely go back, and like, they had so many hostels in Europe and stuff. Like, I was in Berlin, and our hotel was right next to a hostel, and it seemed super chill. Just like, and my thing was like, yo, you can't kidnap us all.
There's a bad stigma for the hostel for me ever since I saw the movie.
I feel like you got to piss off like a mobster to get in that kind of hostel.
No, you literally don't piss off anybody. You just get lured in.
You don't think that you're too smart to get lured?
Oh, I'm definitely like if some. My thing is because in the movie, you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
Where like the girls, like they lure them in, and like they're stupid American tourists, where they're just like, yeah, pussy. I'm gonna get some pussy, man. Let's go. Nah, man, that's not me. Like if some girl popped up on me like that, like in a random ass country, I would be so suspect of it because I'm a paranoid person, like as is. So I would just be like, look, ma'am, I don't know who you are,
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, like please leave me alone. Turns out she actually is a nice person and shit.
Yo, listen, I saw Hostel 12 years ago and I've never been able to shake it.
Yeah.
I would go. There's a bunch of stuff in Europe that I want to go to that, like, I know, like, my dad was like, oh, man, would you ever go to a soccer game in Europe? Like, those are crazy. I'm like, hell yeah. I would love to go to a soccer game in Europe. I'd love to go to, like, a giant music festival in Europe. I'd love to do all that shit,
dude. There was this one time in Italy, it was like 2013-ish, some shit like that. I went to this, like, it wasn't a festival, but it was like, what am I trying to say? It was kind of like a mini festival. It wasn't like EDC or anything, but like they had different genres of music in different sections of.
That's fire.
This like, they had reggae in one, they had hip hop in one, EDM in one, techno, all that shit. Dude, it was so dope. I've never been to anything like that before.
I think the wildest part about that too is like us being hip hop fans. Old school hip hop groups constantly travel through Europe. It's like, yo, Mobb Deep, we're not going on tour in the U.S., but fuck it, here we are.
R.I.P.
And like,
Prodigy.
yeah, facts. R.I.P. Hey, did you listen to Gangstar's new project?
No.
It's fire.
Gotta listen to it.
I thought that it would be kind of whack but like, I was surprised with. See, in this, I'm actually glad that I'm saying this because we are about to segue into the other topic with this. I forgot how good DJ Premier was.
Dude, he's a fucking legend.
Do you know how good you have to be to use somebody's verses that was recorded 20 years ago with beats that you made in the past 10 years and rappers that have come out in the past year?
Mm-hmm.
Like, family, I'm not a J. Cole fan. I'm not a J. Cole hater, but I'm not a J. Cole fan. I don't really listen to much J. Cole.
Well,
but
you should.
I've listened to all his albums. I just don't, like, revisit them. That's all. I don't really revisit. I was talking about.
You're such a backpacker, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Like,
man.
you knew this, bro. Like,
wait, what was I gonna say, man? You cut me off. I forgot.
No, it was about the festival.
No, it wasn't even about the festival. Hip hop, old school hip hop in Europe is a huge thing.
Yeah,
they love old school hip hop out there, bro. Like my cousin listens to like Eazy-E and like NWA and shit, and like he doesn't understand. He understands English here, like he's not that bad at it, but all he listens to is like Dr. Dre, before 2001, like the Chronic, and dude, it's pretty dope.
But wait, Wu-Tang tours out there all the time.
Yeah, exactly, because
like
that's where the money is.
90 members of Wu-Tang.
Yeah, or 300 of them. I don't even know how many members of Wu-Tang there is. But shout out Wu-Tang.
You hear that like Kid Cudi is like technically a Wu-Tang affiliate?
How?
He made Bees with RZA, and then he produced a couple other tracks by some other guys on Wu-Tang, so they consider him a Killer Bee.
Okay, that makes sense. I can't hate it.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like when you look at who was on Young Money's roster, and then you see like 2008 Drake, you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck is this guy doing here?
Yeah. Well, Drake is Young Money.
No, but like when Young Money first started, and it was like Lil Wayne when he was like at his peak. Like, yo,
I remember that era.
And like Nicki Minaj when she was like still talking her shit.
Mixtape Wayne was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then you saw Drake, who like at the time was like the most normal person in that group.
Yeah.
And then now now it's kind of obviously it's different, but like that's how it feels with like Kid Cudi. But like when you look at Killer Bees and it's like, yo, Killer Priest, yo, like all these people, and then it's like Kid Cudi, and you're like,
Kid Cudi.
What?
Yo, he announced something today, like while we were doing this, apparently. Yeah, I don't know what he announced. I think he announced he's coming out with a song or something. Let me peep it. Because I follow like this, shit, Tory Lanez is live. You know what that means, right?
What?
You haven't been watching any of Tory Lanez's lives? You're crazy, man.
What's going on in his?
He's doing quarantine radio. It's pretty funny, dude.
The fact that we can't smoke weed with do-rags that aren't tied and get like 100,000 views.
Okay, what was I looking for? Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Cudi.
Cutter.
That new Cudi, yeah, so... What did he post? He said... Oh, he just previewed a new track... Leader of the Delinquents on his Instagram Live. This is the same song that was previewed in 2012 at a live show, 8+ years in the making, and beat by Dot the Genius. Officially studio release coming soon. Full video link in bio.
If we can get another Cudi Dot the Genius track,
bro, we need a man named Scott.
I've heard so many rumors about like
that mixtape.
I've heard so many rumors about Cudi. It's kind of like when Lupe was like, yo, we're going to get LUPN. Yo, we're going to get Drogas Skulls. Yo, we're going to get... I kind of wonder, like, we've been supposed to get Man on the Moon 3 for years now.
We're never going to get it. He's not on that wave anymore.
Okay, and here's what I wonder about Cudi. Do you think, but like, don't you think he defines that wave?
Yeah.
Because Man on the Moon 1 and Man on the Moon 2 are completely different.
Oh my God. Two completely different projects.
So how dope would it be to flip Man on the Moon 3? Like, no, now he's the Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon 3 would be very psychedelic again. I mean, most of his shit is
psychedelic. We just came out with, what's that? Oh, shit, what's it called?
Pain, Passion, and Demon Slaying.
Passion, and Demon Slaying.
Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying.
Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying.
That was 2017. Can you believe that?
Yeah. I saw him live. I was like...
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, I saw him that night, and then the next day...
I saw him next day. But that felt like Man on the Moon 3.
No, not to me.
Really? I mean, Satellite Flight and Journey... Well, Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon was definitely like... I was like...
Yeah, that was
shit, we're getting Man on the Moon 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, was that after Speed Bullet 7?
Speed Bullet 7 was after that.
That's weird.
Yeah, Speed Bullet was like 2016.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't hate Speeding Bullet to Heaven and Wizard as much as most people do.
I like Wizard. I like a few tracks off Speeding Bullet to Heaven, but most of it just sounded unfinished.
It did. And here's my thing about Speeding Bullet to Heaven and Wizard. And we've actually argued about this, and I mean it still to a point, but I know where you're coming from. I like when artists experiment on mixtapes, and I like okay, so like imagine if Speeding Bullet to Heaven was a mixtape, if Wizard was a mixtape. I love this album. Imagine if Testing by A$AP Rocky was a mixtape. Because I feel like a lot of people, when you put the word album after it, it completely changes their mindset. And this is what I'm about to get to with 808s and Heartbreaks. That's a completely radical shift that I just want to know, if he would have called it 808s and Heartbreaks EP, do you think that they would think of that differently? Because I've heard so many people say that's Cudi's best album, and I've heard that's Cudi's worst album. I've heard the same people say, like...
Which album?
808s and Heartbreaks.
That's not Cudi's.
Or Kanye. It's Kanye's, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the best album he's ever came out with.
In me, like, I put it like
number 4 and he came out with My Beautiful Dark Twisted
That's easily my number 1.
Yeah, that's everybody's
for me
one.
personally,
I understand why it's number 1, because I go back and forth on it, but 808s is definitely number 1 for me, just because I have more of a connection with that album.
Yeah.
Because you know what's funny? When I went to the Yeezus tour, which, oh my god,
you didn't stop talking about that for like 6 weeks after.
I'm still talking about it to this day.
That's true.
And that was 2013.
That's true.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I saw the Yeezus tour, and like he played "Coldest Winter" off 808s and Heartbreak, and nobody was singing it except for me in my row. At the time, I don't think people realized how big of an influence 808s was.
And that's, again, what I wonder, like, when you look at what Dat Piff was doing, So Far Gone, No Ceilings, it's not that crazy. Yeah, the drought, it's not that crazy to think you could have seen So Far Gone right next to 808s and Heartbreaks on Dat Piff.
That's true.
It's not that crazy to think that, because 808s and Heartbreaks isn't that long either. I think it's like, what, 8 or 9 songs?
I think it's like 10 tracks altogether.
And one of them is a freestyle.
Yeah, it was.
They did at a live show.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not that insane to think. And then like you sandwich that between Graduation, which is like 18 songs.
Nah.
Graduation has a bunch of songs, dude.
Graduation isn't that long.
It's not that long, but there's a bunch of songs in there.
Let me see how many songs is on it. Graduation.
And then you sandwich that between Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I just wonder, especially in that era.
13 songs.
It's only 13?
Yeah, it's under an hour too. Yeah, 13 songs.
I'm a little surprised it's only 13.
Yeah, and...
Because Late Registration and College Dropout are pretty long.
808s is 12 songs.
Okay.
And it was a little longer than... It was like a minute longer than Graduation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see that being one of those things where people are like, holy shit, this is a mixtape.
Yeah, Late Registration and College Dropout were very long albums.
Yeah, those are a lot longer.
21 songs on Late Registration and College Dropout.
I think that's close to it. I don't think it
breaks 20.
Was like... I don't think it breaks
21 songs.
They're both 21?
Yeah.
That's a lot of music.
That is a lot of fucking music.
So, but like, I just kind of wonder if you would put, because like we were just talking about Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino came out with Royalty, which if you listen to it, I'm surprised it's not an album. When you look at who's on it, Nipsey, Schoolboy, Absol, RZA, RZA, who else is on that? There's a ton of like dope ass rappers on it. I'm surprised it was never a mixtape or it was never an album. And then you look at like some of the shit that Jaden Smith has been doing, and like Tyler, his first album was technically a mixtape. Mm-hmm. So I just wonder, I'm like, damn, how would Kanye doing like with a mixtape? Because I feel like there's certain artists. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day.
He technically did come out with a mixtape. It was like the Yeezy mixtape.
But imagine like if he like said, all right, listen,
I'm dropping a mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yo, this is gonna be on Dat Piff.
Yep.
I just want to test this new sound. I want to see how you guys like it.
If it came out as a mixtape, I feel like it would be more looked at as a classic.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
That's what I'm saying, because like I'm not saying it's a bad album. I'm just saying I wonder.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
It's like,
you said we argued about this once?
We didn't argue about this. We discuss this all the time.
Okay.
No, we talk about this all the time.
No, I agree with you on that. If it came out as a mixtape, people would be like, bro, that's literally the greatest mixtape ever made.
Yeah.
That's what people would be
saying.
And
the thing is,
right
this is like pre-streaming. And like I feel like today, it doesn't really matter what's a mixtape or what's an album. Because we saw Chance the Rapper win with Coloring Book.
Yeah.
Which is technically not a mixtape. Or which is technically a mixtape.
I still don't like that album.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
If it's not acid rap.
Yeah, the only thing I like by Chance is acid rap, and I hate
Surf.
to say that.
I like Surf.
Surf I didn't really like either.
Surf is good.
Well, because the first thing I heard from him was, 10 days, right? That's 10 day. 10 day, and then I heard acid rap. Acid rap was like, holy shit, this is like something I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Like, just his flow and his, like the way he presented himself on it was just so like, this kid has a lot of talent.
Oh, yeah.
He had a lot of talent in that. And then, like, he went to, like, this whole gospel thing, which is... I get the lane that he's trying to get into, but it's not who I thought he was going to be.
I think, and this is my biggest...
But that's me as a fan. I shouldn't be thinking that way as a fan.
No, I feel like you can think that way as a fan, because I feel like when you get crazy is when you're like, oh, fuck this dude for making gospel. Or fuck this dude for... Like, I feel like once you start saying that...
I don't hate on him. I just won't listen to it.
Because, like, I feel like once you get into, like, oh, this dude's trash because he doesn't make the rap I like. That's when you're like, okay, listen, dude, he's an artist. Let him do his art.
Exactly. He's making...
But, like, with Chance, I think...
Did I say he was trash?
No, you didn't. You're good.
I thought I did say he was trash.
No, you never did.
I thought I said it right now. Whatever. If I did say it, I take it back, because I don't think he's trash. He's very talented. He's a very talented dude.
I kind of think, though, with guys like Chance, the problem... Well, it's hard because I do think he's genuine. I really, really do. But, and this is something, I was actually writing a song, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna use it yet, but, like, Same Drugs hits me really, really hard because, number one, I do know people who I was in very, very close relationships that we don't, quote unquote, do the same drugs anymore. But I know a bunch of people who are like, no, we're still doing the same shit, but we've just found different ways to do it. And it's like, that's what listening to Same Drugs is when it hit me that like, oh, he's in a different place than I am. Yeah. Because like for me, I'm still kind of that kid who loved acid rap, who had the Cocoa Butter Kisses and like,
I love that fucking song.
Like I'm still kind of that kid who like, I'm still in that lane.
Yeah.
And then it hit me because when he started talking about his daughter and his baby mama and all these things, I was like, oh, he's in a different place.
Ooh, I love my wife.
Before that.
I love my wife. Ah!
Yeah, just...
That shit was so funny when I first heard it, bro.
There's a lot of creative decisions. There's a lot that we can talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
But even Childish Gambino to an extent, like...
He's been really diverse.
He has, but like when you listen,
if you look at his discography, it's so different.
And when you listen to his subject matter, it's different. Because like, oh, this was the guy who felt like an outsider because he was kind of a nerdy kid with computers, and now like, here's why I love Because the Internet so much. I forgot who turned me on to this, but I have a copy of it at home. He wrote a 63-page screenplay. Mm-hmm. for because the internet that you're supposed to read while you listen to it. He made a movie short called Clapping for No Reason, Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, that you're supposed to watch before you listen to the album. And the whole album is from the perspective of the character of his last song on camp.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So that's why those go together so well.
Okay.
And that's why all these things that he didn't used to say in his old songs, he's saying, is because it's from the perspective of a character. And that I was like, fuck yeah. I'm all in on this. That's why I love that album so much. And then after a while, after that, we didn't really hear him rap. And then Atlanta was kind of continuing that kind of like, this is a story that I'm writing from the perspective of somebody else.
Yeah.
And then when he came out...
Great show, by the way.
It is a great show. And then when I was at Pharos, and he did like his whole kind of like Parliament Funkadelic Earth, Wind, and Fire type thing, I was a little disappointed because... Not so much because he wasn't rapping, because I was like, oh, the story's over. Mm-hmm. Because... Stone Mountain Kauai. That's the last one. He keeps the same perspective on Stone Mountain Kauai.
That was such a good album.
It's so good. And so like, when he came out...
That was a mixtape, right?
One was a mixtape and one was an EP.
The mixtape was good. I like the mixtape.
Stone Mountain's fire.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain was fire, and then Kauai was like a good switch.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, and that's why I'm relating to Jaden Smith right now, is because he's starting to do the same thing. He's doing like this, like from the perspective of Eris.
Yeah.
And Eris and Sire. So like, I'm like, cool, this is actually pretty fucking dope. But when I heard Awaken My Love, I was a little disappointed because I was like, oh, the story's over.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was going to end. Okay, cool. I love what he's doing. This last album was amazing. I don't think it's finished, though. I was telling my brother, I don't think it's finished. It just seems weird to me that Gambino...
I only listened to it once. The new album is pretty good. It's decent.
It feels like it's... Well, the mixtape part of it, the Donald Glover Presents part of it, doesn't feel finished. It feels like a mixtape. Mm-hmm. And what was it called? Like 3:15:20 or something like that?
Some shit like that.
It doesn't feel done to me because I was talking to my brother and he's got that song called Littlefoot, or I think it's called something else, but it's like, it's a really upbeat song and it's about selling drugs, which is hilarious because he talks about Littlefoot like from Land Before Time. And I was like, Chance would sound perfect on this. Mm-hmm. Like even current day Chance would sound perfect. And it seems weird that Bino, who always had a ton of features, had no features. And he was talking about doing albums with Migos and 21 Savage. And I was like, and all you got was Adriana Grande? That feels like you got some stuff in the cut.
Adriana Grande?
Yeah.
You're talking about Ariana?
Ariana Grande.
I was like, who
I'm
the
starting
fuck
to get tired,
Adriana?
bro. I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah, me too, man.
But it's been a long week, dude.
It has. Fuck, dude. What, this is day 3, like straight? What time is it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's 8.
We're good, though. Like, here's the thing.
I know.
Here's the crazy...
God damn.
I'm tired outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because we're actually killing it today. Yesterday was a little...
Yeah, yesterday was a little lame.
Yesterday we got beat up in the second round and came out the third round and we're landing our shots again.
Yeah, this is it.
But no, just like realizing...
We definitely need to take a day off though.
Yeah. Well, here's what I was thinking. And at least for the quarantine, just do the weekdays.
I'm down.
Recharge over the weekend.
Facts.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. But no, that like with the Gambino, I just think that like to a point you have it where it's like, okay, cool, the story's over, let's move on. And I think with Chance, I was like, I really, really want to hear him talk more about like these other things.
His wife.
Well, here's the thing, and this is an issue I have with predominantly Christian rappers because I grew up in Christianity most. But I feel like the biggest part of hip hop is being able to put into words how you feel and what you've been through. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of religious acts, or artists, I'll say artists, I won't say acts. I feel like a lot of religious artists want to put their religion front and center to the point where they won't talk about how they went through it. They'll just allude to what they went through, and then they'll bring out God or whoever. And the problem I have with that is only that I can't relate with you. Mm-hmm. If you tell me something about like, yeah, you know, I've been through a lot, but God got me through it, that doesn't mean anything to me. Because it's like, okay, cool. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so, and that's kind of my thing with Chance. What I realize is like, oh, this whole gospel thing, he kind of did tell us almost everything he went through on Acid Rap. So, I mean, but there's a lot that I would like love to hear an artist talk about that I've been through. That's like, how did you get through this? Because you don't know, bro. There's so many times that like hip hop changed a bad decision I was gonna make because of a dude's song, and maybe it didn't come out that year, maybe it came out 8 years ago, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
So there's so many times that happen that it's just like don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the new artists. Like, I can bump Griselda heavy. I love Griselda. I can bump Griselda heavy. I can bump Schoolboy Q heavy. But like, there's nothing like an artist that you relate to.
Yep.
And I think that's why Kid Cudi for me means so much to me, is because like you turned me on to Kid Cudi. Here's actually what we were really going to get into today. So I wanted to introduce ourselves a little bit, because for the people who know us, it's dope that we're doing this. But for the people who kind of don't, they don't know who we are. We're just two people. So I met RIchi. Like I said, I moved here right before my freshman year. So I think like either at the year before or like the summer before. I think it was the summer before. And I met RIchi one day because I was just like walking somewhere and he was hanging out in front of his house and we just started talking. And then...
Dude, I don't even remember the way we like started talking.
But we just started hanging out.
Yeah.
And then like it was little things because...
Wasn't it like a group of us outside my house and you just like some shit like that?
Something like that, yeah. And so I remember like I used to play football with like Armando too. Like in the park. And like I think it was something like that. Because that's how I met Spencer too. And so I just started hanging out with RIchi after that. And RIchi was like the first dude when I moved to Arizona that like took me under his wing. Which was crazy because I thought you was like mad older than me. And then
we're the same age.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was like, yo, he's like a junior or senior. And then I found out like, no, he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Like
I was a year older than you guys.
That's it. Like
I should have been in your guys' grade technically because of my age.
Oh really?
If I graduated, I would have graduated when I was 17 instead of 18.
Oh okay, because
that's why.
Because your birthday's in the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So I would have. That's why I liked your guys' class way better than mine, because mine was just a bunch of dickheads.
We had a lot of dickheads.
We did.
But so I met RIchi, and he kind of took me under his wing, and like, it was little things that I didn't realize I'd copied until I got a little bit older. Like, I started wearing the hoodie like halfway up on my head. I copied a bunch of the style that I didn't realize because like my parents were not like super strict, but my parents had a rule.
Bro, your swag back then was like insanely drippy, but in your own way.
So here's the thing, bro.
You used to wear like freaking safari outfits and shit.
Oh, I still would if I could. For real.
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
Like, that shit
all
was
it did
hard
was
to me.
change a little bit to the point where it's like, okay, I can't wear the camo and this and that, but what I can do, I can get mad aloha print shirts. That fit me a little bit better.
Yep.
And I can find this hat that fits me. Like it. That's the coolest thing about fashion to me is that like, it didn't change for me. It like just kind of grew up a little bit. Yeah, it kind of matured to the point where like, cause like yo, I just looked at my closet the other day and I was like, I don't think I have a single solid shirt in here.
Yep.
Like all my shit is patterned. Like I have so much like flowers and like leaves. And I'm from Hawaii, bro. But no. So like he taught me like a bunch of stuff, just like low key about like just things like him and Spencer. I'll just copy what him and Spencer did, and like you got me into the cool kids. You got me. Yo, put it this way. Kid Cudi was the first mainstream rap I ever listened to.
Damn.
Because I listened to Mad Underground. My parents had like a rule. My mom had a rule on music when because we were like super into church at the time, and so she was like, "Yo, you can only listen to Christian artists," and she didn't want me listening to rap. So Christian rap was pretty much off the table, and so the only time I got to listen to music that wasn't like hymns, because we were like super religious at the time, was when I was playing like Madden or 2K. And so I just listened to all the stuff they had on Madden and 2K. So I'm such a backpacker. It's because all they had on the old Madden games was Dilated Peoples, which I still love. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so like Kid Cudi was the first time I had listened to like a mainstream rap album. And this was what, 08 was when Man on the Moon came out?
Yeah, 07, 08.
Something around, yeah.
It was like 08, yeah, when Man on the Moon dropped was 08.
So, like...
Because I remember I came across it on Dat Piff, because that's what I used to just do. On Dat Piff was just surf everything. And then I saw the album cover for it, and I was like, dude, this shit looks dope as fuck. And then I just started playing it. I was like... Because I knew it, I heard Day and Night beforehand. And then I listened to it, and I was like, oh, Day and Night's on here. This is the same guy. Dude, ever since then, like, that shit has been on repeat.
But the thing that really...
It was on repeat.
Oh, yeah, I do remember Javier.
Yeah.
It just clicked. I do remember Javier. Shout out to Javier, man.
Yeah.
I completely drew a blank. Sorry, man. I was gone for a while. But, no, so, like, RIchi being around was, like, that was the first time that, like, I listened to mainstream music. And here's the thing that really gets me is that at the time... Everybody was saying, "Oh, they don't talk about nothing in rap except bitches, hoes, and money."
Yeah, that was like the stigma back then.
And then we
went to a predominantly white, not predominantly, it was a white school.
It was a white school, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yo, there's 33 black people there, and we counted one time.
I didn't count.
No, we counted. Me, Spencer, John.
Did you really?
Yeah, we counted.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's 33. We went to a school with 3,000 people, and 33 are black.
And I hung out with.
Only
I was the white guy that only hung out.
I feel like immigrants like.
Yeah, immigrants always, yeah.
Like, here's the thing, yo, because I thought about it. I realized the other day when you brought up Detlef Shrimp.
Detlef Shrimp. I just thought of it. Like, that's the first name that came up.
Like, when you look at a basketball team, it's all black dudes and then one guy from Eastern Europe. And I was like, yo, RIchi's our Dirk.
Just hitting that fadeaway.
Yo, RIchi's out here being Drazen Petrovic. Hell yeah.
Yo.
So, like, that, and so, like, that's what they said our whole life was like, oh, they don't talk about nothing hip-hop. And then you got
I grew up on hip-hop, bro.
For me, my parents, so I listened to old school hip-hop, underground hip-hop.
Yep.
My mom was big into, like, 80s pop, and, like, so Prince.
Yeah,
like, Prince was always playing.
I still gotta watch Purple Rain. I've never seen it.
It's bananas.
I saw the beginning of it, and then I got really bored.
You gotta watch it, because Prince does whatever the fuck he wants in that movie.
That's
Rest in peace to the God, man.
Yeah.
But, like, so I listened to old school hip hop because my mom and dad, 80s baby, not 80s babies, but, like, they came up in the 80s. My mom loved 80s pop, so, like, Madonna, Prince. My dad was a big metalhead, so in the 80s, so, like, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, Metallica. My granddad on my dad's side, my granddad on my mom's side was a huge music guy, but primarily jazz and R&B. Mm-hmm. So, like, we had, like, from Chicago, they have a station. It was called WNUA 95.5. And so all we had was, like, jazz sampler discs. So I was listening to all this jazz. And then on my mom's side, it was, or my mom's mom, she came up in the South in the, way back when. And so it was, like, a bunch of, like, R&B, like, Four Tops and Spinners and stuff like that. So that was my music. And then as I got older, I got into electronic first, and then punk, and then punk. Actually, punk came first because of Tony Hawk. Mm-hmm. Like, so I got into punk because of Tony Hawk, and then that turned me on to like new metal, like Linkin Park, and then that turned me on to hip hop.
Okay.
And then when I met you, I was just getting into hip hop because Jay-Z and Linkin Park had released something, so I was just getting into hip hop, and I had heard Kanye West.
They didn't just release; they released that in like 2003, bro. Like 03, 04. You
gotta remember how late I was coming to shit.
Oh, no, I know that.
You know what I mean? So I was coming, like, super late. And, that was a while ago. Well, a while before that. So I was, like, just getting into hip-hop at the time. And then I meet you. And then I knew who Kanye West was. But Kanye West at the time, people were starting to say that, oh, he's crazy. He's so crazy. Which, like... Yo, if you thought he was crazy in 2008.
Yeah. Like, how crazy he is now.
Like, yo, I'd love for him to rush the stage and push Taylor Swift out of the way again.
Yeah, facts.
But, no, so, like, you were the person that turned me on to Kid Cudi. And then Kid Cudi turned me on to Kanye. And then Kanye turned me on to Push. And Push, and then, like, just kept going from there. Yep. And the thing that changed it, and shout out to Lexi, man, because I wouldn't be writing music if it wasn't for Lexi. Because... my cousin, and this is kind of like, I'm not sure if I ever told you this story. So when I was 16, my cousin was murdered in Chicago. And it fucked me up even though I had only talked to him once. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't realize, and I did not know why it fucked me up. It fucked me up because the week before I'd gone to church and they were like, oh, if you don't tell people about Jesus and they die and they go to hell, it's your fault and the blood's on your hands. So I'm like 16.
What the fuck?
Hearing this, right? Not a week later.
That's why I don't fuck with religion.
I talked to my cousin. He was planning to come out to Phoenix, and he was basically, he wasn't my mom's firstborn son, but he kind of was, because when my parents were dating, they were not raising him, but they would like watch him over the summers. Mm-hmm. So that was like kind of like their first time, you know, being around their kids. Yeah, you know. And so my mom was raising my cousin, kind of, not really, like just over the summers and stuff like that, like taking him to the zoo and stuff like that. And so he was like, yeah, I'll come out in the summer. Got killed. And he got killed in Chicago. And there was 3 things that I realized.
Unfortunate, bro.
Number 1, shit happens to everyone. Like, because I thought, oh, I don't live in the hood, I'm okay. And then I realized, no, this shit doesn't care. Number 2, that's when I stopped really being into church, because the people who were like, I had no one to go to. I had no one to like talk to this about, because my mom at the time was like, hey, listen, don't just let it go.
Yeah.
And looking back, I think that was more for her, because that was her, you know, she helped, you know, she was like raising them. So looking back, I think that was more for her, but like it was one of those things where I was like, wait a minute, if I can't talk to the pastor about this, and I don't have any real friends who I can talk to about this, where the fuck do I go? And so I was losing it. And I told one of my friends, I told Lexi, you know Lexi, actually, and told her, and she, like 3 days later, she comes back and she's like, yo, I don't know how to help you, but I know you can't hold it in. She gave me a notebook, and I just started writing, and it came out in rhymes. I was like, that's fucking weird. And I wasn't really listening to hip-hop that much, it just came out in rhymes. And that's when I was like, it flipped that switch. And so listening to Kid Cudi all the time, I started getting in more of that bag. Mm-hmm. And I remember you were the first one I started sending my raps to.
Yep.
And so like that kind of thing, and then even when I joined the Army, like I never stopped writing. Like I was writing earlier today, and it kind of hit me the other day. I'm like, damn, RIchi's like legit been my brother for like, I moved here in 2008, and it's 2020. Like, RIchi's legit been my brother for 12 years. And being a military brat, I never had anything like that. I didn't have friends for 10 years. I got some friends that, like, I got friends that I still talk to every now and then.
I think we met in, like, 2010, though.
I knew, yeah. Like, really started hanging out, like, 2010. Yeah,
because I've known Spencer for, like, 11 years. Spencer was like one of my first friends out here too.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
So like we've known each other for over 10 years. For sure.
And that's kind of the thing. And like even when I was in, when I noticed it got really cool is when I left, because I got kicked out of a few Christian colleges for a couple different reasons. So I was in California for like 8 months, came back. Went to Oklahoma for like 4 months, came back. Mm-hmm. Joined the Army. I was gone for like 3 years, came back. And the whole time we were still like, I was still sending you raps and we were still talking like, yo man, what's good? Like, just checking up on each other. And then when I came back, I remember I was coming back from the gym and you were just on the stoop. And I was like, yo, what's up? And it was like we had never...
Yeah, we just talked like...
Yeah, and I was like, normal. Oh no, this is my dude.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing. Like that's on my end how I met RIchi was like, and that's why we're doing this podcast now is because like the whole Reminiscent Starving Artist, we've been talking about doing this for like 2 years. I didn't realize until I saw the post yesterday.
Yeah. I think it's longer than that, dude.
It's had to be longer than that.
It's been longer than that. We've been talking about it for a long time.
Well, because I remember Starving Artist was like...
Imagine if we started the podcast 2 years ago, where we would be right now.
You know what? I was thinking about that. I don't think we were ready for it.
Oh no, we weren't. We were not ready for it. I think we would have
bailed on it.
Yeah, we would have bailed on it. Yeah, we would have bailed on it.
I really think so. And like, I think that's the biggest thing. And like, and that's the coolest part too, is that like knowing RIchi through the ups and downs. And like, I remember when you first got the restaurant, You know, I remember hearing about it. At least I don't think I was here yet.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when like you first met the girl you're dating now. Like I remember like talking about like, yo, you know, she's kind of cool. I like her or stuff like that. Like kind of that, like just like.
Well, I've known her for a long ass time.
No, but like I remember like when we were like talking, and you were like, yo, like this might actually like be a thing. Like I remember talking about that in had been a while ago now. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But like, just I remember like those discussions, and I remember telling him like, "Yo, this is what happened with me. This is like X, Y, Z. Yo, I went through this. I went through this." So it's like, after all this time, finally having a place to just be like, "Yo, fuck it. We got a mic, and we've been having these conversations for fucking 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. Fuck it. Like, that's all we've been doing is just like plugging the mic check, and then just talking."
Yep.
But no, like that. So that was my end. So like, I'm not sure how it went on your end, but I just wanted to like just. That's how I met you. I'm not sure how it was for you.
Dude, for me, I looked at it as like I was like a big brother type to you. Yeah. And I was kind of hard on you. Like I wouldn't make fun of you, but like I would get on you about the whole Christian shit, just because like I'm not a religious person, and I know like you weren't free. You weren't a free person when you were, you know, into all that, and I get it though. Like, I mean, it was family influence and...
Well, and even then, like, I remember we were both in, like, kind of similar spots. That was another thing, too, that always got me. We were always in, like, similar but not the same spots.
Yeah. We were feeling the same.
Yeah, and so being on the same wave, like... And it never felt like... It always did feel like a big brother. And I am the big brother, so I never really, you know... So having RIchi like, oh, okay, cool. Well, this is what, you know, Big Brother thinks. And
Yeah.
And the thing that's always been cool too is like it's not like we agree on everything.
Nah, we're not supposed to.
No. Like, have you ever met people like that? And it's like, oh no, we're not friends because we don't agree on everything.
No, that's weird as fuck.
It's like, yo, if we agreed on everything,
I mean, the only way I wouldn't be your friend if we didn't agree is if you're a fucking racist.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would never like chill with you. But if we have like differences and shit, like I have friends who are Trump supporters, but they're not racist that I know of.
That's the biggest.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the scariest part is when you get to that I know of.
Because if I figure out that they're racist, then it's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna cut you off. But
I feel, you know what's crazy to me? It's like I feel like most of my friends cut themselves off.
From you?
Yeah. Yes, but no. So like, what I mean by that is like, I feel like I've never had to cut anyone off. Because it's always been like, oh no, so and so just stop talking to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, people just stop talking to me too, but like I don't really give a fuck.
And like the whole Trump,
I'm so used to it now, like growing up that way.
Yeah.
Like I've had people just never talk to me again, or you know, just girls ghosting me and shit. Like not just women, but like I've had friends ghost me, like never talk to me ever again over some stupid shit, you know.
The worst is when it's not over anything. You guys just like...
Yeah, we just fall out. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's all it is.
I think the Trump supporter thing is crazy too because like... I think that's the scariest thing because for me it is that you know of. Because I remember like... There are friends that I've had that like just... You notice shit.
Yeah.
After this whole election. Like you just notice like... Yo, you weren't talking like that 6 months ago.
Yep.
Like when I first heard about Donald Trump running for president, I was like, "That's funny."
Yeah.
Like, yo, they should have The Apprentice for VP. That'd be funny. And then like I heard something because I was in the army at the time, so I don't watch the news, so I was like, all right, whatever. And then I watched the news a little bit, and I was like, "Hey, this is kind of terrifying."
Yeah, this is serious. This is getting serious.
And I was telling somebody the other day, and I caught some heat over this. If you're still a Trump supporter, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I can understand
If you
that.
voted for Trump in 2016, there's a lot of excuses I can definitely give you some bail.
I can understand that, for sure.
Because like, oh man, I didn't want Hillary Clinton to be president. Okay. Hey man, I wanted something, you know, I didn't think that they would take care of the military. Okay. If you're still like, yo, keep America great, I'm like,
yeah, stop.
I ask some questions. But no, like, even like politically, we've never really been too far off from each other.
I'm not really a political person. I just wanted Bernie to win in 2016. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at too. And I'm definitely more political, but at the same time, like, You know what? I think that's one of the biggest lessons that you taught me, and I'm not even sure if you knew you taught me. You don't have to fight for everything all the time.
I never taught you that, but I am
Just
definitely I definitely am an advocate of that.
Because like I think it was just your attitude. Like there's been times I'm like, yo, what's up? And there's been times where like I thought that somebody was like, yo, I'm like, yo, why is RIchi letting him get all the shit off? And I was like, oh, because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Unless whoever was being disrespectful.
Because it was like high school, just kind of like, yo, what the fuck are you into, pussy? I was like, yo, well, beat his ass.
Me?
Like,
no one ever talked to me like that.
No, like, but like you'd
if
hear.
someone ever did, I would slap the shit out of them.
You'd hear shit that like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Where it was like, dude, he's a fucking idiot. Like, let him just fuck him. Like, I think that was the thing. Like, the thing I've heard you say the most is like, whatever, fuck him.
Yeah.
And just like keep him moving. I was like, oh,
all right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I really don't have to like just do everything for everybody. Like, no, dude, relax. Like, no,
nah, you don't have to do everything for everybody. Just do shit for yourself.
Yeah, and so that's like
you have to be selfish in this day and age, man.
Yeah.
You have to be selfish, unfortunately.
Well, you know what though? I feel like selfish is a weird word for it because I feel like selfish. Like when I say selfish,
just say self-care.
Yeah, number one. But I feel like selfish is like different when you think about it from a different perspective. Like, was Kobe selfish? Yeah, but he won his team 5 championships.
Yep.
Like the people who were there.
Exactly.
Like, was he a selfish person? You could argue that.
Yeah,
Same with Jordan.
You could argue with that. You could argue that with Jordan.
Shaq, any great, like, was he selfish? Yeah,
you could kind of argue that with LeBron too, in a way.
The fact that I never really hated him for the. I knew that I was different from a bunch of other people, like especially in the church, when they were like, "Oh, can you believe how selfish LeBron James is?" And I was like, for moving his family and friends to Florida for all through the winter to play basketball for a living.
Dude,
like,
what the heck?
No, that sounds fucking dope. But like, it's those little things like that I just realized, like, oh, I don't think the same as these people. I was like, can you imagine like how selfish? You're already a millionaire. You can't do anything for us. And I was like, how is this in the sermon?
Yeah, he does not give a fuck about you. I'm sorry.
But also, why are we preaching about this? Like, what context was this in?
Yeah.
But no, it's just, and I think the craziest shit too is like I said earlier, just with things like happening to match up. I got my chest tattooed, like apparently around the same time that you got yours done.
Yeah, I was 21.
I was like 20, like 19, 20.
Yeah, I was 21 when I got it done.
So like just little things that
my
like
arm, chest. Fuck, bro, I gotta finish this tattoo, man.
That chest.
Gotta finish this arm.
How was that chest? Did you?
That shit sucked.
Yeah, I fucking hated it. All right, cool.
Don't ever do that shit again.
I want to get mine touched up.
No, I would never get my. I don't care how faded it gets. I really don't. I'm never doing it. I'm never touching it.
No, again. I want to get it touched up because I looked at it the other day and the line work is not there.
Who cares?
Me. That's the problem.
Who cares? No one's looking.
Because my other tattoos are great.
No one's looking at it but you.
That's true.
And
you live in Arizona. There's a summer, bro. That's true.
And it tells a story. Be like, yo, this is one of my first ones.
Well, and the thing is, like, if I was in the area, like, if I'm going to what's his name? If I'm going to his Pharrell's festival, and my tattoo guy is also in Virginia Beach, then hell yeah, let's go get some work done. But just like hanging out for no, like, oh man, I'm gonna fly all the way to Virginia. Like, I don't know about all that. But hell, I got some Friday the 13th tattoos done that like
I never got. I always wanted to, but I just don't. I don't really want to get small tattoos. The only one I have is I got these Cuddy lyrics tattooed on my wrist, trapped in my mind.
That's a good one.
That's it. Boom, bitch.
I'm not an advocate of head tattoos, but that's definitely one that would work. Like on like behind the ear.
Oh yeah. I definitely wanted that behind my ear, but I was like, my pops would kill me. I know I'm 26, but I'm foreign. My dad would literally kill me.
Yo, it's hilarious to me how many people are like grown ass.
They're children.
Like, yo, yeah.
Yo, how long have we been on, bro?
It's been like over. I think we're like an hour and a half.
We're at like 2 hours at least, bro.
We might be pushing 2 hours. Let me check.
Shit.
But no, this was a hell of a podcast.
Yeah, this was.
Yo, we definitely won this third round.
Yeah, we did.
We the first one could have gone either way.
Yeah,
definitely lost the second.
Second one was kind of Sorry about whoever listened to it.
But yeah, no, because we are pushing. Let me log in here. We're on just over an hour 39.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we're not like crazy yet.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what was the other thing that we were gonna talk about? Because
I think that was it, man.
You know what?
Just influences. That's it.
Yeah, and that's. But no, that's definitely the thing too. Is like, bro, I remember like. In like little shit too, like you were the only person that came to my birthday party. My last birthday party was when I was 17. That was the last time I had like a birthday party.
I came to it?
You were there. It was you, two people. It was you, one person who I don't know why I don't talk to her anymore. That's a weird situation.
Oh yeah.
And Jesse.
I remember. Jesse
showed up.
Worth?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jesse.
Rest in peace, Jesse.
Fuck, bro.
But no, that was the last.
I was devastated when I found out about that, man.
Yo, when you told me about that, I didn't believe you. I was like, shut up, man. Like, Jesse, no, Jesse's straight, man. And then like you're like, nah, I think you sent me like the news. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, holy fuck. But no, young Jesse showed up, and yeah, it was you, this girl, and Jesse. That's it. And then when I was 18, I wasn't really doing anything, and then. All this time, I'm 26, and I went to LA, and like, I was chilling in LA, came back, and like, you were like, yo, we got it, like, let's pod, let's do this, like, let's really hit this again. So no, just being always there, like, it's always that little shit that made me remember, like, oh no, RIchi's like my dude, you know, so that was always the thing that, like, when you're talking about influences, that was always the shit to me.
Yep.
To me, it's like, where I would like to see this whole thing go is like how Yams and Rocky were.
Yeah. I like that.
Like that kind of
like that comparison.
Because like we don't do the same shit, but we're definitely, and even though we're not always on the same wave, we're always on the same ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're
Pause.
always. Pause. Yeah, do we have to? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we'll fuck it. We'll throw a pause out there. But yeah, no, that's always been the shit to me. But let's see. Really quickly, so how do you want to do this tomorrow? Do you want to like podcast the beat battle, or do you want to?
I think I'm just gonna watch it because I
might just watch it.
I'm actually just not gonna be in Anthem tomorrow. I'm
gonna be where you go?
Scottsdale.
For what?
My girl's house.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Yo, shout out to Mikhail.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out because she's the only person that's retweeted and reposted anything.
Yeah. Shout out for real. Real supporter.
No, I completely forgot because I'll just be in the crib. I think
Yeah, tomorrow I'm taking a day off. I'm sorry.
No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, for the quarantine at least. Since we're here all week, I say we do every week or every day, and then once the quarantine ends, I say we do once a week.
I'm down, or twice. We could do twice a week.
We can probably knock out twice a week, like a weekday and a weekend. Like I feel like we could do I feel like that works.
Yeah, it does.
Because I feel like if you do like we're definitely oversaturating the fuck out of this right now.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like next week we shouldn't do every day. I know you just said we should do every day, but I don't think we should do every day.
I feel like it depends on like I feel like that's like a check-in thing every day.
I guess, yeah.
Like, yo, how you feeling? Like, you got some shit to talk about? Because, like, the crazy thing, I didn't think that today was going to be that great. And I was very wrong. I thought that yesterday we were going to be, like, on it.
Yeah.
And we were both like,
Yeah, today we both weren't kind of feeling it. Well, your attitude was more coolish today. I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
You know, like my...
I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, how's this going to go? And then... Like when we actually got into it, I was like, "Oh shit!"
And then right when we recorded, boom, I'm back in. I'm in the zone, baby.
Hey man, listen. There's been a lot of games where I've started out and I'm like, man, I'm not sure how well I'm gonna do today. You just need that one shot to go in.
Facts, just
one shot, and you're like,
switch
oh,
it in, baby.
Oh,
that's it.
You got the and one early in the game.
Yep.
But no, I said we preview the beat battle and then get out of here.
Word, I'm down.
So who you got first of all, RZA or Premier? Also, okay, all right.
Premier.
Let's take this a different way.
Premier.
Does it matter who wins?
No, not at all.
No, okay, cool. I'm on the same.
Not at all.
Yeah. Why do you think Premier? Okay. Do you think Premier wins in a straight? Because I've noticed that they do one of two things. They're either playing just beats or they're playing hits, like they're DJs.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do the hits because if it's just beats, Premier's gonna murder.
Do you think Premier beats RZA that bad?
No, not really. I don't know. I never really I'm not a huge fan of both. I'm not saying I'm not a huge fan. I just never really listened to him like that.
Listening to producers is a little hard, but like I feel like half this battle is gonna be Wu-Tang versus Gangstar.
Yeah, basically. That's how it's gonna go.
Shit, flip a coin.
Yeah,
for real. Like,
I just want to see it because this is like legendary stuff going on right now with these battles.
And I missed a couple because I didn't realize when they were.
I didn't know what was going on until I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah, same.
And
then that's what pisses me off. That Swizz Beatz versus Timbaland battle is nuts, right? Hold on, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, when did this go down? And why was I not invited?
I follow Timbaland. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it was crazy because I actually didn't believe it. I follow this guy who's a concept artist on Twitter, on Instagram, and he's into hip hop. And so the poster that they've been using is King Kong versus Godzilla. Okay. And it says RZA versus Premier. Okay. And so I was like, oh, that's a dope poster. And I kept scrolling. Because I follow RZA, Premier, I think Ghostface, a couple other people that are affiliated with both rappers. Yeah. And so I kept scrolling and I kept seeing this poster. I was like, the fuck? And I look at it and it's like, 9 p.m. Instagram. I was like,
RZA versus DJ Premier.
Yeah, and I really, really hope that there's a lot of things that I hope continue on in this quarantine. I hope beat battles are one of them.
Yeah, same.
Even if it's just DJing a battle on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And here's my thing too. How dope would this be at a club?
Oh my God. I don't think people would realize what's going on.
I think and I know, listen, backpacker, I know, I'm definitely one of those 5 pillar guys who's like, like 5 pillars of hip hop, b-boy, graffiti, freestyle, MC, dude. I would kind of love to see beat battles become a thing
again.
Yeah, because I seen a couple when I was in Virginia. People are like, why is it all this talent coming out of Virginia? Why? Do you know how competitive they are in Virginia? We had people that were driving 2 hours to battle in a joint in a strip mall where people were buying art and they were battling their own beats that they made. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. Because the thing and this is kind of what I was talking about and I don't know when I could do this now, but I would love to do a Friday night fights thing where it's beat battles and rap battles. And I feel like we're almost if we can get some rap battles going on Instagram Live, holy shit. Because there's a lot of rap battles I want to see. Mm-hmm. Let's get Crooked Eye versus Joe, which is never going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen.
Let's get, even if it's teams, bro, let's get Ab versus somebody. Let's get Lupe. Hell yeah, Lupe in there. Let's get Push in there against somebody. I on Instagram Live, I feel like you can definitely have some crazy ass rap battles. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on outside.
Whatever, I think my dad's on his phone or something.
Oh, okay. But no, I just think that there's a bunch of shit that you can. I hope that a bunch of people stay in Friday night. How come? Oh, because fucking Dr. Dre's going to go up against Pharrell. Yeah. I'd like to see Kanye versus Pharrell.
Kanye versus Pharrell would be nuts.
I think Kanye versus Pharrell would be good. I think I did want to see Dre versus Pharrell. I'd rather see Dre versus Diddy. Yeah, I got it. But Dre versus Diddy, I think, fits a lot better than Dre versus Pharrell.
Yeah, because they're both that tier,
Yeah. I would kind of like to see an executive battle. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. I have no idea, who do, what, I have no idea what Puffy runs now, but, Bad Boy versus Death Row would be nuts. Mm-hmm. Bad Boy versus Death Row would be fire. That would, I don't know.
No, Bad Boy versus Interscope.
The only reason why I don't really want to see, like, actually, nah. This just hit me. Bad Boy versus Def Jam would be insane.
Yes.
Because if you could get a guy like, I don't even know who you'd have being the DJ, but like if you had, or like Shady versus G Unit.
That would be hard. Because it would just be a bunch of D12 tracks versus like fucking Beg for Mercy.
Yo, it's D12 versus. Yo, I feel like G Unit wins that because they had G Unit Reeboks.
Yeah, but fucking Lloyd Banks by himself could easily murder D12.
You know what project I was like kind of half-ass working on was I wanted to do an extended edition of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by taking all the joints from Good Friday and finding a place where they would fit in My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Most of them were on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just what? How long would that album be? That album would have to be over an hour if you put all the stuff from Good Fridays.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like the Power remix, I actually kind of wanted to throw in there because almost all of it is exactly to how Power sounds, and then the second half is the change. But like, why the fuck wasn't Christian Dior Flow on that album?
Yeah.
Why the fuck wasn't Don't Look Down on that album?
Yep.
Why the fuck wasn't Don't Stop on that album? Like, that's another conversation for another time. Is how come Lupe Fiasco cannot get a fucking group off the ground? Bro, Child Rebel Soldier was supposed to be him, Pharrell, and Kanye.
Yeah.
That shit Prince money.
Yeah.
And then he had All City Chess Club, which was basically like every independent rapper that was alive at the time. Yo, All City Chess Club was, and this is 2010, was Lupe Fiasco, Pharrell, J. Cole, Wale, Cool Kids, Asher Roth, Charles Hamilton, Blue, Diggy Simmons. In 2010.
Damn.
And B.O.B. B.O.B., Lupe Fiasco, J. Cole, and Wale in 2010 is already nuts. And you threw in the Cool Kids? And then Asher Roth, bar for bar, murdered everybody on that? Yo, that's nuts. I'm just like... I'm like, yo, you couldn't make that work?
Yeah.
Like, who's... Like, yo, what... Like, who's trying to... Like, who's trying to, like, ruin Lupe Fiasco's groups?
Himself. He just doesn't know how to do that. He's not a mogul type. But that's a different conversation for a different day.
You know what I think it is? I think it's too much because both of them, he said, fell apart because of label disputes. So it's like, yeah, I can imagine that the dude from Def Jam wouldn't want to work from the dude with, you know, it's like the labels didn't want to work with each other, so they couldn't find a way to make the album work.
Yep.
But I feel like if you wanted to, there's like Lupe's definitely one of those guys who's ahead of his time. Because if Lupe came out now talking about skateboards and being independent and listening to anime, he'd be the biggest star in rap history. Yeah.
He was way ahead of his time.
He was like a solid 15 years ahead of his time. But, alright, man. You got anything else you want to hit?
Not really, man. I'm just fucking tired right now. I don't even know why.
Yeah, and I'll send you some reminiscent stuff, man. Some ideas that I got.
Word.
Because, no, we're definitely bringing that brand back. And
I almost paid for the website today to bring it back.
Oh, I actually want to talk to you about that. I have a website that I'm running.
Yeah, but can you put stuff on it? Like clothes and shit?
I have to bump up to the next tier. We'll talk about it later. But, like, I can put everything on.
We'll talk about it after this.
Yeah, but I can put everything on there and we can just... That way it can all be centralized.
All right, okay. We got this.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Because I'm trying to, like... I think you could do some crazy shit with, you know, with your codes, especially if you're just like, all right, cool, let's like really just hit this.
Agreed. All right, man.
Sorry, all right, man.
Be safe. This was a good one.
This was a really good one.
Yep.
Let's see.
All right, bye.
I'm the Grown Up Kid. Follow me at Grown Up Kid 94 on pretty much everything. Starving Artist Creative on Instagram and Starving Artist with a 1 on Twitter.
Follow me at Reminiscent RIchi on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you. Bye.
And we are out. This will be up. I'm cutting it off now, bro.
Cut it, man.